This episode is dedicated to my great-grandmother, Savta Yanina, Holocaust survivor, retired professor of microbiology at Tel Aviv University, and expert marmalade maker. I love you.
אני אוהבת אותך.
Jacie bardzo, bardzo kocham.
If you're looking for a podcast that is in your league, I suggest you check out Ari's at your level. For me, you, everybody.
That was Chloe, our first guest and the reason we made this episode about being on stage. Chloe is a singer, writer, and actress. Thank you, Chloe, for the beautiful song, for reaching out with your talent, and, well, for being on the show. I loved meeting you. So this is the on-stage episode. What do you think should be in this episode? Every episode is a new exploration. We roll with the punches and let you, the ones listening, lead the way. So for this episode, what many of you had to say was, hey, what about offstage? 'Cause, as you know, a lot of wonderful stuff happens behind the scenes too. One of the nicest emails I've ever received was from Abigail. She'll be sharing with us her offstage perspective, like sound and props and costumes and makeup. And then I got an unexpected surprise. The Atlantic Theater Company, a multi-award-winning theater located in the heart of New York City, reached out. It was so fun to meet them. We recorded my chat with the director, Reggie D. White, and lead actor Frank Just. They're incredible. And since with COVID, theater is not exactly on stage these days. The fact that Atlantic for Kids put this play online is an amazing opportunity. I'll tell you a lot more. I don't even know how we're going to fit all of it. So let's dive right into this episode. As always, I'm your host, Ari Kelly, and this is At Your Level. So like I said, we're going to jump right in.
Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Chloe Wesson. I'm 13 years old. I'm homeschooled, and I have 2 rats, Paxi and Benji.
That's cute. I got a puppy recently, so that's really exciting.
They're so cute.
Yes. I'm very excited. That's kind of a side comment.
Side topics are never bad.
Yes, that's true. They create conversation. What was the most embarrassing thing that has happened when you were performing?
Well, probably the most embarrassing thing that has happened is I was Mayor Munchkin in Wizard of Oz, and the littler kids, the littler Munchkins, they talked to me on stage as Mayor Munchkin, and my hat fell off.
Oh my god!
I had to act as if it was normal. That was probably the most embarrassing thing.
Numero dos. What was your favorite play you have done? Great
Question. My favorite play or musical I have done is probably this. There's been so many, but probably Shrek. I did Shrek, and I thought I'd get Little Fiona. I was called back for Little Fiona, and I didn't get it. So I was so disappointed. So when my mom came in, I was so worried about getting an ensemble role because I really wanted to show off my talent in a different area than just singing with the chorus. Mm-hmm. And she's I'm oh, what did I get? And she's you got Gingy. And I'm what? And the thing that's really crazy is I don't know how the director knew that I had a Gingy accent. If you want to hear it, I can show you.
Oh, yes. I need to hear this.
Okay. No, not the gumdrop buttons.
You're good at it.
I didn't even know I had it. I don't know how he knew.
Oh my, you're good at it. That is amazing. And so I guess you kind of answered the next question, which was, what's your favorite musical? But holy cow, that's very lucky.
But if you're talking about my favorite musical from the ones I did my favorite musical is probably Wicked, because I actually saw Wicked, I think, in San Jose. It was like a Broadway of it in San Jose. Coolest thing ever. Yeah. I just love musicals.
Number 4. What is your favorite part about theater?
My favorite part about theater? I think my favorite part about theater probably is just because I really like to sing. I really like to act. And it helps me grow in that area whenever I do theater. But also, it helps me appreciate the hard work put into theater. And I just like theater because, like, dress rehearsals, it's so cool that you're actually, it's like a movie. Like, you're in a movie, but you're not. It's a stage. And you get to have the audience cheer for you. You're like, okay, I'm just going to say it, the center of attention. Mm-hmm, and I like being the center of attention.
I will say...
Please don't take that wrongly, people.
Oh, no. I think the audience will understand. I honestly think they will.
Hi.
It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
I want to read you a small part of the email Abigail wrote me. I don't know if you'd be interested in my input on this kind of episode, but I'd be willing to add my point of view from behind the scenes. So I'm never really on the stage, but I know a bit about theater life, and I bring a different point of view than most actors would, I think. I got that email, and yes, please. So without further ado...
I'm Abby Barton. I do, so I was in this class called Stagecraft, and what that is we build sets, we gather props for the upcoming play. We do sometimes a lot of the people did costumes, makeup, hair, that fun stuff. Light, sound.
I gotta apologize for the sound quality on my end of this interview. I forgot to connect the microphone to the computer, and so the sound was recorded from the computer mic. But luckily, it's mostly Abigail talking. What was the weirdest prop you had to make?
We had, let me think, probably a nutcracker. We didn't get to go out and buy a nutcracker because our teacher, so we had to make a nutcracker out of cardboard, and that was hard.
Yeah, that seems really difficult.
Yeah, and then we also had to make, I remember this, here we go. We had to make a Goofy hat with like goofy ears, but nobody in our group had any at home or anything. So we grabbed this like, how do we describe it? It was like this like felt hat, and then I grabbed some socks from my house, and we just like pinned the socks on the hat.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was another thing.
So has anyone ever broken one of your props?
Yes. Things break all the time. Wood cracks, and the nutcracker got all crumpled, and I think I lost a sock. I don't remember. There's a lot of things that go wrong. It's an adventure every time. There's just random pieces in the back that you can find that you're like, okay, so if I put this and I put it with this, then it'll turn into this. So what do I have to do with that to make it that?
Yeah, there's lots of this and that.
Yes.
All right. Now time for the last question. What was your favorite offstage task?
My favorite
or prop that you made?
I loved doing sound. I wasn't very good with lights. The board just didn't make a lot of sense to me. But I loved doing stuff with the microphones. You can just set up in the booth and watch from way up high. And it was relaxing, I guess. And it was fun.
I want to thank each and every one of you who sent me clips, emailed me, wrote a review, or voted. I really wish I could include every bit in this episode, I promise to get you all in very soon. Thank you, Lily, Reese, Ava, and Inez for sending me your awesome riddles. We will have a Riddle Me This segment very soon. We got a crazy amount of votes for siblings, so we'll explore that topic after the Cats vs. Dogs episode, which is next, and martial arts, which we gotta squeeze in sooner, because I can't wait to meet you, Oliver. We'll also have a back-to-school episode. Keep it coming, you awesome listeners, you. You all want to hear a funny little story? Well, I live around 3.5 hours away from New York City, and when we do visit, it's always so much fun. But on our last trip, we were walking on Broadway on our way to Koreatown, and Broadway was empty. It was so crazy. Everything was closed, and to be honest, it was really sad. During COVID, drama stuff that I've done online is kind of weird and mostly boring. But with Atlantic, it was completely different. The cast is great. And no, I am not being paid to do this, but I'm going to play you the In This Corner Cassius Clay trailer. It's an awesome play I enjoyed so much, and I think after hearing this, you will too.
The world of sports is wide. You got heroes and villains, all sorts of colorful folks that bring joy to the millions. They run, they jump, they punch, they duck, they swing, they hit, they make us stand up. And the one thing in common between every and all, no matter how big they got, they started out small.
How old are you?
I'm 12, sir.
Come by the Columbia Gym, ask for Joe. That's me.
There are two types of fighters. The first kind, they fight for themselves. And the second kind, they use their strength and power to fight for people who can't.
And in this corner, from Louisville, Kentucky, Cassius Clay!
Atlantic for Kids presents And In This Corner, Cassius Clay, a new audio play by Idris Goodwin, directed by Reggie D. White. Recommended for grades 4 and up. Now streaming for free at atlantictheater.org.
Are you ready to meet Atlantic for Kids? Let's start with Frank, who plays Cassius Clay, aka Muhammad Ali. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Frank Just, and my pronouns are he, him.
Can you tell me a little bit about your role?
My role, I was Cassius Clay, a young Cassius Clay. We start the play when he's a child. He's about 10, and he grows up to right after he comes back for the Olympics. After coming back from the Olympics in Rome at 18. So it's you get the peak of this journey of someone growing from, young man to adult, and kind of the moments in life where they make these really, really big decisions and make the choice of what kind of person they want to be.
What was it like to audition, and how did you prepare for it?
The audition was quite fun. I actually did something really interesting that I don't think it's something I got a lot of chance to do. I'm really good at jumping rope. And I do some like martial arts on myself. I've actually been doing martial arts since, how old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11? Yeah, I've been doing martial arts since roughly I was about your age. So it gives me some cool footwork. And yeah, I did one of the monologues while jumping rope, and I kind of like did my best in Muhammad Ali impersonation while jumping rope. And
wow.
It was fun.
Yeah, that seems like a very fun audition. Do you have any advice for aspiring actors?
Always have fun. Yeah. Always have fun. It's called the play.
We've met a ton of awesome people, some on, some off stage. But how about one that directs the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Reggie D. White, the director of In This Corner, Cassius Clay. Hello.
Hi. Oh, my video. There it is.
Yes.
How's it going?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's so great to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Can you please introduce yourself with pronouns if you want to?
Yeah, of course. My name is Reggie D. White. I use he, him pronouns.
What else do you want to know?
I mean, if you would like to say what you do for Atlantic.
Yeah, of course. I am the artistic director of the acting school. I also directed And in This Corner, Cassius Clay.
Is this your first time directing a play that is not on stage? How is it different, and what do you miss the most?
Ooh, good question. So technically, yes. The thing I miss the most about being on stage is getting to watch the imaginative magic of an actor like take us somewhere new, you know? Like, I think one of the things I love the most about acting and why I love working with actors is that, you know, like with a look or with a physical gesture or, you know, with something very, very simple, an actor can be underwater or on the moon or in a circus or in a lion's den. And you get to use all of your senses to imagine that. And I think with an audio play, it's really hard because you only get one sense.
Yeah.
Like, you get your sense of hearing, and that's it.
Doing a play online reminds me a lot of a podcast in a way.
Totally.
Yeah. So how do you choose your cast?
Ooh, goodness. How do I choose my cast? That's such a hard question. It's such a hard question. You know, auditioning is really, like, to me, the least enjoyable part of art making, you know, because it's like, you're basically deciding, like, do I want to collaborate with this artist? You know, like, does our energy match? Like, do we have a shared language? Do we have a shared sense of humor? Could we disagree and find consensus together? You're trying to answer a lot of questions very, very quickly. What makes it a little easier is if you've worked with someone before. It's also like really hard to make those decisions just based off of an audition tape. Sometimes you can be wrong too, you know, Ari, like sometimes you, as a director, you cast an actor because you think they'll get something or you have a really exciting moment with them, like a magical moment in an audition. And sometimes it like doesn't work. I got very, very lucky with the folks in this play. Not only were they all really, really talented, they also worked so quickly. I mean, the entire process, we only had a week to rehearse and record the entire show.
I think Frank told me this. That's crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was very crazy. And I looked at the schedule and I was like, oh, certainly we don't have enough time. That's not enough time. There's no way. But it was enough time. And they were all really, really brilliant. So I got very, very lucky to have all of them in the piece.
The cover art for this episode was drawn by Chloe Wesson. You see how she drew a rat on her head? Well, that's because this happened. So thank you, Chloe, for the episode cover art. It's time for Bizarre ASMR.
Hi, Ari. I think the Bizarre ASMR,
is kissing?
Is, for the embarrassing parents one, is kissing.
Well, not to me. It's not embarrassing to me. Alright, kind of.
Like kissing and like making
and
like
pig sounds
and stuff.
So bye. I love your videos.
Stop doing it.
I just love your videos.
They're not videos.
Podcasts. You know I'm 5 years old.
You don't even know how old you are. I forget a lot. Papa! Today's picture day. He doesn't need to know that. Okay. Bye.
Yes, the picture day detail was very important. Thank you, Colton, and thank you, Lucy. You're 100% correct. That is kissing, which some kids find embarrassing. I know you don't, and I don't either, but you guys also picked up on the snorting. It is not a pig. It's still my mom kissing, which really should be embarrassing to her that she snorted.
Oh, I got it. It's, I think, your mom or dad kissing their kid.
Yep, Swara, you do got it. 'Cause when you got it, you got it. You got it.
My name is Oliver. I am 9, and I think that it was your parents giving you kisses.
Right again. Thank you, Oliver, for sending in your recording.
I think it's kisses. I think it is, because it sounds like it, but also the last time it was like you scuffling your feet while playing video games.
It's a game called Beat Saber. Thank you very much. But yes, so your final answer. That's kind of sus, bro.
I'm very sus. People just don't know it.
Okay.
She's an imposter. Okay.
All right. Is that your final answer? You think it's kisses?
I'm gonna go with it, and if I'm wrong,
you think it's kisses? You think it's kisses?
Yes. Nobody.
You're correct.
I'm correct.
You're
Give me money. I'm just
correct.
kidding.
Yeah.
Money. Although I'd like to be rich.
That was Chloe, and here's Abigail.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
Yes.
I think it's eating, like somebody eating with their mouth open.
Quick thing. It has to do something with embarrassing parents.
I think that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Come to think of it, that would be extremely embarrassing. Do you guys think our adult guests can guess correctly? Here's Frank. I'm going to have you guess the ASMRs. Is that okay with you?
Of course, yeah. Let's go. Aww. That's kissing. That's kissing your cheeks.
Exactly. I'm
an embarrassing parent myself. I have a 6-month-old little girl, so I
And here's Reggie.
Is it a parent kissing their kid goodbye?
Yep. I mean, the goodbye part was a little extra, but
okay.
Technically, you got it right. Nice job.
I had an embarrassing parent who would never miss an opportunity to kiss me goodbye, especially in front of my friends, and it was really mortifying. It was really mortifying.
I gotta say, while we were recording that, I was on a phone call with my friends, and my mom just came into my room out of nowhere with her phone recording it, and she just kissed me a ton, and I was like, what the heck are you doing? Yeah. So if you scroll up a little bit, you will see the on stage thing. Now, guess that. So the reason I told Reggie to scroll up is that in every interview I have, I send my guest a link to atyourlevelpod.com and have them scroll to where the bizarre ASMRs are. You can find it too, so listen up. I'll play it once and you can guess it too. Do you enjoy listening? If you do, would you please consider supporting us on Patreon? We set up the account last month at patreon.com/atyourlevel. My mom and I work really hard to make each episode, so you signing up means a ton to us. We also have a really fun Cats vs. Dogs art project lined up, so I really hope you get this art project. Visit patreon.com/atyourlevel. Thank you. Do you think we can squeeze in a teensy-weensy bad dad? I know you love it. Here's a little story from Frank. He's a new dad, remember?
So when I was in college, I was in we were in a rehearsal room for a acting class, and one of the young women in my class, she broke her arm. So she broke her arm. Her arm was in a cast, and she's going through her scene work, and the professor's talking to her, and he's talking to her scene partner, and they're going through the conversation. And we had this one gentleman who I'm never going to forget his name because he is the king of bad puns, and you probably know where this is going. So, the professor's talking to these two other students, and I only remember this other guy's name, Charles Berman. And he says something to the young girl who broke her arm. He's like, all right, cool. Now that you have your cast together. And then Charles Berman chimes in. He's like, hey, you can't have a play if you don't have a cast. And like all 12 of us in the room look at him and roll our eyes and start laughing. It was just like, hey, that's Chucky. So that's my bad on stage joke that I have for you.
I bet this Charles Berman character could fill up a whole Bad Dad podcast. But I bet you guys miss my wonky papa.
Hey, Ari.
I bet he has something cheesy cooked up.
Sure do.
Hit it.
I'm so addicted to musicals, they put me in a 12-step program. Yeah, right now I'm on step 5, 6, 7, 8.
Like I told you earlier, the next episode is going to be cats versus dogs. So if you're thinking about joining me and you love your furry friends, you'll help me out if you reach out. Remember, there's so many ways you can join. You can be a guest and I'll interview you. You can record your own riddle or tell a bad dad joke, do the cover art, or look at what Chloe did. She wrote a song. Chloe, you're so awesome. So whatever you think would fit the Cats vs. Dogs episode, record yourself and email me. But make sure to reach out soon. Okay, we got one more treat for you. Chloe and I made a little on-stage, off-stage segment.
Give our guess to see if we think that it is an off-stage movie or an on-stage musical, or both.
Well, hopefully I'll be good at this, and if I'm not, well, then I'm not.
Okay. Winnie the Pooh. Do you think that it's off or on stage or both?
So, movie or musical?
Yes.
Basically. Okay. Winnie the Pooh.
Or both.
I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh is a movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It might be a TV show, come to think of it.
Wait a minute. Oh, dang it. I actually think that Poison Apple, I was told that Poison Apple is performing, this is actually kind of ironic, is performing Winnie the Pooh.
Wait, really?
Musical. That's what they said. It
well,
was
I guess
for, like, the little kids, like toddlers, little kids. So I wouldn't be able to do that because I would be too old for it. But I'm pretty sure they said Winnie the Pooh, so I'm going to go with both because that's what they said. They said the musical, so.
All right. So, we're going to do a which came first.
Oh.
Mary Poppins. It's obviously a movie and a play, but which do you think came, musical? Which do you think came first?
Good question. I don't know. Is this going to be a trick question or not?
I don't think it's going to be a trick question.
Okay, I think the first date that came out would probably be the movie. I think the movie came out first. I could be
wrong. All right,
wrong.
let's ask Google. All right. In the beginning, the musical Mary Poppins is based on a popular children's book. Oh! Well, it's a book! It is a trick question. I've been tricked. That's a trick question. Oh my God.
Everybody's been tricked. We've all been tricked.
We've been tricked. I feel humiliated. What the heck?
I feel hurt.
I'm offended. I'm mortally offended.
Yeah, I'm very offended. I'm turning off my video. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So let's do like one or two more. And yeah, do you want to try to come up with them? And we can ask Google.
Okay. So movie or musical, basically.
Movie or musical. And then we can look up
what
if you don't
came
know.
first. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. What about... Dang, I'm trying to think. Maybe... Ooh, Willy Wonka. That's a good one.
Oh.
Willy Wonka had a musical.
Yeah. I think the movie from like
Yeah, or it's the book. I don't know.
There's a book?
There's a book. Yes.
Okay.
Willy Wonka has a book.
Okay. Well, I think it went.
We're all being stumped with books.
I think it went book, movie, musical, and then the latest movie.
Okay. Well, let's see if you're right.
So it's a musical. It's a musical. So I got it wrong.
Clap, slow clap. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. So. Wait, hold on. Ronald Dahl's Willy Wonka is a musical with a book by Tim McDonald and Leslie Bricusse, and music by Bricusse and Anthony Newley, based on Ronald Dahl's 1964 book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's 1970. I was correct. I was actually correct.
Okay.
I was right.
Okay. Good job, Ari.
Oh my gosh.
I can now actually clap. Applause. He's bowing. Okay.
Oh,
your poor precious Mike.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. If anyone wants to start a GoFundMe for that Mike, you should do it. Because it's being abused.
Okay. 1964. So 7 years. The book came out in 1964 and got its movie in 1971.
I have another one.
Alrighty, and then this is going to be the last one.
Yeah, Matilda.
Matilda?
Matilda.
I've never...
You don't know Matilda?
Never heard of it.
Oh, gasp.
Okay, what? Matilda?
Yeah, Matilda.
Okay, given the name, I'm going to assume that it was a musical.
Matilda is a musical.
Ha! I win.
But it's also a book.
Okay.
It's also a book.
Did Matilda
have
a book or a musical or a movie first?
All three.
Alright. It's another doll! Doll's book received a non-musical screen adaptation in 1996. Opened on April 11th, 2013 at the Schubert Theater and played 1,554 performances through January 1st, 2017. That's
what's crazy about Broadway, how they do so many showings and they go on tour. Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
I want to be that one day.
I know I've introduced you to many of our friends at Kids Listen that we love collaborating with. Well, have you heard of the Story Seeds podcast? What we have in common is sparking creativity and inspiring curiosity for kids. They are putting together a Summer of Podcasts virtual camp, and I'm really excited to tell you that I will be one of the presenters. I'll have more detail for you on the next episode. But for now, I put a link in the show notes. Thank you so much to every wonderful one of you who gave me a 5-star review. It means a lot to me. So thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Carter. Loved your review, Momsicle 1. And Snowy Mountain with Cherries. I loved what you wrote before you changed it the most. I got so many of you to thank for this episode. It's pretty exciting. So let's start with Chloe, because she's how this whole episode started to begin with. Thanks for reaching out, for the idea, for bringing your rats to join our Zoom. Thank you for the cover art. Thank you for the song. And most of all, thank you for being your awesome self. I hope you listeners will enjoy Chloe's YouTube channel. It's called Sing, Act, Right. I put a link in the show notes. Thank you, Abigail, for the offstage interview. I bet a lot of listeners connected with your perspective. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Thank you for reaching out and offering your time and an awesome experience. I loved your sense of humor. Did you guys love meeting Frank and Reggie? I can't tell you how much I loved meeting both of them and every single Atlantic Theater crew member. I loved your play. Listener, I highly recommend you check out And in This Corner, Cassius Clay. I put a link in the show notes. You can join a listening party, enjoy it with your family, and if you want, there's even another workshop you can join like I did. If you're into theater, this should be right up your alley. A huge thank you to every kid that sent me a joke, riddle, ASMR guest, or any other recording. Keep them coming. And as always, thank you for the music, Brother Ben, for the badness, Father Man, and for the producing, Mother with the Plan. At Your Level is a production of Art and Light Society.
Oh, rats. Rats are cute, in my opinion. They're really cute.
Look at this.
Look at him. He's cute. Or
This
is
is
it a her?
girl.
Okay, it's a
girl.
her.
Actually, funny story. The pet store told us they're boys. She's a girl. So Paxton turned into Paxine.